Hello, and welcome to the McTaggart Attack podcast. I'm Kevin McTaggart, and this is Top 10 Thursday, where I give a top 10 list of top 10 things that I like, love, hate, despise, whatever the fuck I want. There's 10 of them, and I rank them. Usually hate ranking things, but I wanted to think of something to do on a Thursday a few weeks ago, and I thought, I know, I can do Top 10 Thursday. What a shallow motherfucker I've become, doing podcast episodes strictly for content. The fuck am I thinking? But that's what this is. This is Top 10 Thursday, me giving my top 10 list of things. I talk about them and describe them and why I like them, why I think they should be in my top 10. This is my top 10. This is not the official top 10. You can use it as your official top 10 if you'd like. I'd be flattered. Let's just get to the list. Let's just get to the list. Why not? We'll start with number 10. What's number 10? God damn it, Kevin. Why can't you think of... Number 10 is... If I can turn the fucking music off, number 10 is AJ Styles. Number 10 is AJ Styles. I was torn about number 10. Not really that torn. But I just thought... I was torn with number 10 and whoever I put in honorable mention, who I'll mention last. But yeah, number 10 is AJ Styles. I remember him from... I watched TNA and Impact back in the day when he was on it. Wasn't that impressed with him then. But then again, he really didn't do much. But he was their best competitor at the time. And then I never really paid attention to him. I didn't pay attention to him until he joined WWE 2016, was it? I think it was 2015 or 16. But let me just say, he's certainly impressed me. His in-ring ability is great. He's great on the microphone. He does moves that, I can't fathom other people being able to do. And he does a great job. Just very impressed with his ring work and his mic work, and he's definitely, for a time there when he joined the WWE, he is definitely was their top performer for a couple years there, and that was during a time. It's during a time now where I don't have many favorite current wrestlers. Which talks a lot about how much the WWE sucks nowadays. But no disrespect to AJ Styles, but he is definitely the best performer going right now, or he was. I think he's probably slipped a little bit in the past couple months, but we'll see. But yeah, he's definitely my number 10 favorite wrestler of all time. So there. Number 9. What's number 9? I'm coming up with the list as I go. Who's number 9? I think, yes. Number 9 is Daniel Bryan. I can tell you that why Daniel Bryan is in my top 10 for two reasons. His run up to winning the WWE title at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans was fantastic. So that was great. And that was fantastic. And another thing was when he was out of action for a couple years and came back last year in his speech, and the motherfucker made me tear up. And if you can make me tear up, you're definitely in my top 10 of favorite wrestlers of all time. Plus the fact that he's a great in-ring performer. His mic skills are fantastic, and he does a great job of being a heel. I mean, I loved him when he was a fan favorite. I loved him when he was a face. I love him, and I hate him when he's a heel. So he's doing it right. He's doing it right, and he's fantastic. The only negative is the fact that he's dating or married to Brie Bella. So, because I didn't know he was that shallow. I don't know. He seems to be all about the environment, but he's dating a Bella twin. Anyway, or married to a Bella twin. Sorry. But yeah, no, Daniel Bryan, that's probably why he's number 9 on my list. Like, if he wasn't dating a Bella twin, then he'd be further up the list. Not that I hate the Bella twins. Actually, yes, I hate the Bella twins. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, Daniel Bryan would have been higher if not for the Bella twins. So yeah, number 8. Let me look at everybody else who I have for number 8. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna change my list a little bit. Change my list slightly. I'm gonna take. Number 8 is CM Punk. Number 8 is CM Punk. He was my favorite wrestler for a while there, when he was wrestling in the WWE, but then he acted like a whiny little bitch and went home. But still, when he was wrestling, he was my favorite. And his mic skills are phenomenal. His ring skills are phenomenal. I'm a big fan of CM Punk, but he doesn't wrestle anymore. For whatever fucking reason, and it's probably a good reason. It is a good reason. I've heard the reason. It just sucks. But I get it. I guess it just makes me mad that he did leave. But I get it. Because it speaks volumes about how the WWE treats their wrestlers, and he had the courage to quit, to leave, to not do it anymore. I don't know if that's actually why he left, but I don't really know. So yeah, number 8 was CM Punk. Let's see, what's number 7? Are we on number 7 now? Let me see. Hold on one second, because he was 10. AJ Styles was 10. Daniel Bryan was 9. CM Punk was 8. CM Punk was 8. Alright. Let's see. Who else is up there? That's a good question. So number 7. Let's see, who should be number 7? I'm torn between 2 here for number 7. Let me just think about it. Like, my number. Alright, so we'll put it up like this. Like, I'll say that. Actually, no. Number 7 is Sting. My 7th favorite wrestler of all time is Sting. I loved him when he was the Surfer Sting back in WCW. I loved him when he did the whole Crow thing, even though they fucked up that storyline. But yeah, no, he's done well. He's probably my favorite WCW wrestler of all time. I don't count Macho Man or Hogan, because like, Sting was with WCW till the end. And it sucked so bad that, like, he got his career ended by Seth Rollins. And I've forgiven Seth Rollins for that. Not that I need to forgive Seth Rollins for that, but I have forgiven Seth Rollins for that. So there. But still, Sting is definitely my number 7 favorite wrestler of all time. His in-ring ability, his mic skills, were great, and I just liked the way he looked, and it was great. He was the icon of WCW. He was WCW for a while. He was definitely the greatest WCW wrestler of all time. Let's see. Number six. Number 6 is... Let me double check. Yeah, number 6 is... See, I want to say who number 6 is, but number 6 is the Macho Man Randy Savage. Number 6 is the Macho Man Randy Savage. Again, I liked his mic skills. He was a great wrestler. He was fantastic. He was legendary. He was the best promos. And it makes me sad to think about the Macho Man Randy Savage, because like he was entered into the Hall of Fame posthumously, which is total bullshit. I felt like he was on the verge of coming back to the WWE in some capacity, but then he had that tragic car accident and died, and that was really sad. And then he never... I would have loved to have heard Macho Man's Hall of Fame speech. It would have been fucking epic. It would have been so fantastic. It would have been an epic Hall of Fame speech. Would have probably been the best Hall of Fame speech, I think. Oh my god. But we'll never get to see it. I wish there was some sort of timeline where Macho Man lived and Hulk Hogan was dead. I said it. I don't care. But yeah, Macho Man, definitely my number 6 favorite wrestler of all time. Let's see. Number 5. Number 5 is The Rock. The most electrifying man in sports entertainment. His promos back in the day were brilliant. He did a great job working the crowd. The crowd loved him. It was so fantastic. He's definitely one of the greatest WWE superstars, but he was just so goddamn funny. So goddamn funny on the mic. It's crazy. But yeah, his wrestling wise, he wasn't that good, but that didn't matter, because he still performed really well in the ring, and he was great. And yeah, he was definitely one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I just loved his promos. He was so fucking funny. Let's see. That was number 5. Number 4. Number 4. I know who number 1 is, but I don't want to tell you who number 1 is. And I know who number 2 is. But number 3 and number 4... I'm going to go with number 4 at Hulk Hogan. Number 4 is Hulk Hogan. My number 4 favorite wrestler of all time was Hulk Hogan. He was probably one of my first... He was one of my first favorite professional wrestlers. He was my first favorite. And then there was 3 other people that came in and took his spot. But yeah, Hulk Hogan was definitely one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Much like The Rock, he was great with promos, and he was just so energetic and so mesmerizing, and just, it was awesome. I loved hulking out. It was fantastic. But yeah, Hulk Hogan was great. Didn't really like him that much when he went to WCW, so that's why he's further down on my list. That's why he's at number 4. He probably would have been higher if he had just stayed with WWE, or just retired or something like that, but no. Wasn't a big fan. But like, I will say this, he was great as a face, and he was great as a heel. You know, he was great as a good guy, and he was great as a bad guy, and that's important in a good professional wrestler. His Hollywood Hogan character was great. You hated him, but that's what you're supposed to do with bad guys. That annoys me when like, oh, I don't like him, he sucks. Well, he's doing his job then. When you say that a guy sucks. My problem with WWE now is they have heels that aren't good wrestlers, but people boo them. But it's because my problem with Baron Corbin, and it seems like he doesn't give a shit. It seems like he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He doesn't seem to have the passion that other wrestlers would. I mean, it also seems like he'll only always be a bad guy. He's too goddamn one-dimensional. He's a one-dimensional piece of shit. But you can't be like Hulk Hogan, who can go both ways. I mean, as a face and as a good guy, and as a bad guy. So, but yeah, Hulk Hogan's definitely my number 4. Number 3 is Stone Cold Steve Austin. He came around at a time when I was about to stop watching the WWF, and just Austin 316 and all that stuff, and it was so exciting to watch him, and he was just a great character. He's great on the microphone. He was a good wrestler, and it was great. It was fun. It was fun to listen to, fun to watch. So yeah, it was great. So Steve Austin is definitely my number 3 favorite wrestler. My number 2 favorite wrestler is Mick Foley. Mostly as when he was Mankind. Also when he was Cactus Jack, because that's when I remember him, when he was in WCW as Cactus Jack. Like, he just put his body on the line all the fucking time. And it's amazing that he's still alive, to be quite honest. Not wrestling anymore, obviously, but still, it's just crazy that he's still alive. But yeah, Mick Foley. I remember watching the Hell in a Cell, the first ever King in the Ring. The first ever Hell in a Cell at King of the Ring. I didn't buy the pay-per-view, but I watched it. It was blurred. It was, I could listen to it. And like, his match with The Undertaker was fucking amazing just to fucking listen to. Because like, he beat the shit out of Mick Foley. He beat the shit out of Mankind. And that was such a great match, and like, it made both The Undertaker and Mick Foley, mostly Mick Foley, a legend. But The Undertaker too, but The Undertaker already was. But it brought Foley up. It made that match, I think, feels like made his career. And just amazing. Like, I remember like watching the Monday Night War documentary, and Kevin Sullivan goes, Foley just flew off the cage, boys. We don't have anybody that can do that. And he's right. So Mick Foley is my favorite, my second favorite. My favorite wrestler, my favorite professional wrestler of all time is The Undertaker. I think I first liked The Undertaker when, back in the 90s, when he saved Macho Man from getting attacked by Jake the Snake Roberts. And then at the next funeral parlor, Jake the Snake, asks Undertaker what side he's on. And Undertaker's like, not yours. And I've been a fan of his ever since. But yeah, I've loved The Undertaker. Love how dark he is. Love how brooding the character is. I've always loved The Undertaker. I was not a big fan of the American Badass, because I always wanted him to come back as the dead man. And like, I just love The Undertaker. I was at WrestleMania 28. Was it 28? I think it was 28. Might have been 27. No, it was 28. And watching that Hell in a Cell match with him and Triple H was so fucking awesome. I was so glad to see the streak continue that night, and just what a great match between Triple H and Undertaker. But yeah, The Undertaker's is my all-time favorite. There's no doubt about that. Honorable mention. Let's do honorable mentions. I'm just going to mention them briefly. Honorable mention. Triple H, I think, is an honorable mention. He was great as a good guy and a bad guy. You loved him or you hated him. He was hilarious when he was a good guy. That's for sure. Ultimate Warrior is up there. But he left. He didn't stick around WWE too long. If he had stuck around WWE longer, back in like the 80s and 90s, he would have definitely been further. He would have been in the top 10, but for whatever reasons, and I don't know what those reasons were, he quit the company a couple times, and that was annoying. So yeah, those are my 2 honorable mentions, I think. Anyway, this has been Top 10 Thursday. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to contact me, you can email me at mctaggartattack@gmail.com. Find me on Twitter at KevMcT. Look up at the McTaggart Attack Podcast Facebook page and like it. And download my episodes. Thank you so much for downloading my episodes. We just went over 50... that would have been nice. We just went over 5,000 downloads a couple days ago, and that's amazing. Thank you so much for downloading my podcast. I truly appreciate it. Happy Top 10 Thursday, everybody.